Solve the given system of equations by either Gaussian elimination or Gauss-Jorden elimination. So here's your system equation, and I already transfer it into the matrix. Basically, just take the leading coefficient of each entry x, y, z and put it into a matrix here. Okay. All right. So first of all, you need to get it into a diagonal form like this. So you need to have the final matrix looks like this, so that you can conclude what value for x, y, and z is. Okay, so you can go this way, diagonal this way, or diagonal this way, upward, downward, doesn't matter as long as you have one in the diagonal line. Okay, that's the goal. Now let's do downward diagonally. So here's the original matrix. So this symbol means equivalent. Okay, all right. Now for this one, normally you would divide this by 2 to get 1 for the first entry of the first row, right? But if I notice here, I see that these are even number, and I multiply this by 5, I will get 10, I multiply this by 3, I will get 6. So I'm going to do that first. Rewrite the first row. Okay, rewrite the first row, and let me cover this. So try to get a 0 for the first entry of the second row, which is this one. So how? You multiply the first row by -5 and add it up onto the second row. So if I did that, I would get -5 times 2, -10 plus 10, 0. -5, -2, -7, -5, 2, -3, -5, -20, -21. Okay. Now for the third row, let's cover the second row. So how do you get 0 for the first entry of the third row? Well, you are going to do the same thing. Multiply the first row by -3 and add it up onto the third row. -3 times 2, -6 plus 6, 0, -3 minus 2, -5, -3 plus 4, 1, -3, -12 plus 8, -4. Okay. So doing this way, you save a lot of time because you can eliminate this and this at the same time instead of doing it separately like you normally would. So just save your time. Right now we are in this matrix. Now right here, let's see, I can get this one. So there's many ways you can approach the final diagonally of 1, right? But if you have other methods, just do your method. If you understand it always, just take what I said. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do this later. So now I'm going to divide this by -7 to get 1. Doing that, and of course rewrite the first and third row. So rewrite it. For the second row, divide the second row by -7. I got 1. -3 over 7. Divide this by -7, so I have 3 over 7. Divide this by 7, I got 3. Okay, so moving over here, this is what we end up with, 1373. All right, now I need to zero this out. How? So keep this equation, keep this row, so rewrite this in rewrite this row. Let me cover that. So now I'm working on this and this, so rewrite this row because I need the 1. For this one, I need to make this 0, so multiply the second row by 5 and add it on to the third row. 5 times 1 is 5 plus -5, 0. 5 times 3 sevenths plus 1 is 22 over 7. 5 times 3 minus 4 is 11. All right, that's how you get 0 for this one. Now I still have the 1 right here. So normally you would bring this over and then you do the same thing to get 0, right? That's an extra matrix. So I'm going to do it during this step. Let's cover the third row. Now for this one, how to make this 0? Well, you multiply second row by -1 and add it up onto the first row. So -1 times 0, 0 plus 2, 2. -1 times 1, -1 plus 1, 0. -1 times 3 sevenths plus 1, I got 4 over 7. -1 times 3 plus 4, positive 1. Okay. Now we are in this matrix. Let me ignore this matrix, okay? Focus on this one. Now let's do this first. Watch carefully because I do multiple steps during this one from here to here. Alright, so you see 0, 0 here, and this means that you have 22 over 7, z equals 11. So multiply this by 7 over 22 to get z value. So I got over here, I got 1z equals 7 over 2, okay? For the second row, rewrite it. For the first row, of course, so you need the 1 up right here, so you can divide it by 2 at this point in order to save time instead of writing one more matrix. So divide the first row by 1, I got 1, 0. Oh, divide the first row by 2 to get 1 for the first entry. So 2 divided by 2, 1, 0 divided by 2, 0, 4 over 7 divided by 2, 2 over 7, 1 divided by 2, 1/2, okay? Now over here, so I got a z value which is 7 over 2. Now back up here, I need to get this 0. So how? Well, I just multiply the third row by negative 7 over 3 and add it up onto second row. Doing that, I will have 0, 0, 1, and over here, negative 7 over negative 3 over 7 plus 3 over 7, that gives me 0. Negative 3 over 7, so I have negative 3 halves, right? Negative 7 times 7 over 2 plus 3, I got 3 halves, right? Now for the first row, I need to get this 0. So how? Multiply this by negative 2 over 7 and add it up onto the first row. Of course, the first two values will stay the same. So for this one, if I did that, I would get negative 2 over 7 plus 2 over 7 gives me 0. Negative 2 over 7 times 7 over 2 plus 1/2 gives me negative 1/2. Okay, so I ended up with x equals negative 1/2, y equals 3/2, and z equals 7/2. Okay, that's it.
If you find the video is helpful, feel free to give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel in order to receive the most current videos. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you won't miss anything. I'll see you next time.